Loki, stop that. Loki's in the background making jokes. As you see, the hat arrived today, and it's already been christened by being warm when I cook, so I got a little schmutz of something on it. And I made salmon cakes, and they are a pain in the butt to make. I forgot because I got this, I don't know if I got it at the food bank or where I got it, but I got these 2 cans of salmon. I couldn't remember why I did not like cooking with this salmon. Well, you can get it and it has the skin in it and it has the bones and everything, and you gotta sit there for 15 or 20 minutes picking through the salmon, getting all the teeny tiny bones out. And Odin's just kind of watching me, and I said, well, the last thing I want you to do is choke to death on a bone. And Loki's back here, yeah, Ragnarok would be canceled. So I'm trying to prevent killing my gods by having to choke on a bone. So I made 4 patties. I cooked them up. Odin kept after me, nipping after me. So I ended up eating like 1 3/4, and I put the rest outside as an offering. And I wanted to talk about that. What do you do if you have like a special occasion coming up or a thank you, and you actually do want to do like a little offering? And you normally don't do outside offerings. I try to watch how much I put outside. I do like to kind of try to share the stuff with the wildlife, and it makes an outdoor offering at the same time. At the same time, I don't want 5,000 raccoons or something in my yard. I'd say find a discreet place where you can put it where, one, everybody in the neighbor isn't going to see where it is if it's possible, and two, if you can bury it, great. If you can't, just, try to put it in a discreet place. We're going to have, and it's nothing really to worry about. We get high wind all the time. March comes in like a lion, goes out like a lamb, and half the time in the state, March comes in the middle of February. So we're going to have high winds, and I'm not really worried about it, but at the same time, I'm like, well, I don't have homeowners insurance, blah, blah, blah. So it was easy enough to make the sacrifice of taking the time to make the cakes. And, I did eat one because they were goading me into it, but then, to put the rest of the cakes outside. No, the gods will protect us if we can't afford to do that. It's not like I had to buy their protection. They're not the mafia. But it was an offering of, I appreciate you're going to protect me and see me through the storm. It's a little faith thing. We get to do it. Christians don't. At least they shouldn't be. Food offerings are our thing. I mean, if you were Catholic, you took food to the church to get it blessed, but it wasn't believed that their God ate the essence thereof. It was just blessed. Once a year at Easter, for those of you who wonder. At least in our church it was. Um, so it's been interesting. Odin got me up super, super early. I think he wanted to play, and it was raining and it was cold and it was barely light out, and I was like, oh, it's just too early because we went to bed and I was up late. So I said, oh no. And I went back to bed and I slept real heavy. You know how you sleep real heavy when you go back to bed sometimes? I got up and I felt like crap. And I'm like trying to wander away from Odin. And Odin lets me get 5 feet. Then he's like, where are you going? So that happened. And Loki, it's Loki's day, remember? So happy Loki's day. I'm trying to serve Loki and I'm so dead on my feet. I'm like dropping everything. And I gave him a candle and somehow it, I charged it and I made it energetic so you'd have more energy. Because I said, ever since your brothers stepped forward, you've kind of retreated and you've kind of gotten like you need an energy boost. And I said, here you go. So I did this for him. And it was weird because I had looked up Odin and foxes because the one silver fox I have, she's almost like she has one eye at this point, the way her fur flops over. And he's used like a silver fox before. If he thinks the wolf's not getting to you, he'll switch gears on you. And somehow I was looking up Odin. Yeah, I was looking up Odin and fox. I'm like, well, was anybody else getting this, or is this just me because he knows I like foxes? And somehow it took me to an Etsy store with an Odin oil that looked pretty good. And I'm like, do you want this oil? Or do you not want this oil? And they use like wolf fur and they use like raven feathers and stuff in it. So you probably have the oil if you work with Odin. I was like, I don't mind using animal parts, but I would like to know how it was, how it was harvested. Was it like, because if you're going to keep making this stuff, you've got to have a steady supply of raven feathers and wolf fur somewhere. So I was like, well, what do you think? Da 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 da. I mean, for all I know, they go to Wolves and Warriors and they pick up wolf fur. I don't know, but I didn't ask her anything because I said, do you want this oil? And I'm not getting any response. And they had a Loki oil too, and I wasn't getting any response. I think they like for now for me to make my own oils. I used to buy from time to time made oils, and I never got good results buying made oils. Anyone I've worked with has been like, no, you can make your own stuff. And I'm like, well, I don't know where I'm going to get wolf fur. I have crow feathers. Is that close enough? Crow feathers all over the place. Remember last year or the year before? The year before, I think. Crow feathers all over the place in this house, but no wolf fur. I can't do it, guys. Personally, I can't do it. I have gotten so far as going on eBay and looking at a fox pelt or looking at a wolf pelt and just, I like start to like be like, I'm sorry, I can't do it. How would you like a plush? I can't do it. I don't have a problem if you have it on your altar. I don't have a problem if people use animal parts in magic, but for myself, I would feel bad. I feel bad for the animal. Remember, I like to watch foxes on YouTube. Nice living foxes running around, and the foxes I adore have all been fur farm rescues. So it's kind of like two-faced to watch them running around, but then support a fur farm by buying fur farm products. I don't know. I'm conflicted. So that happened. And they've both been pretty good today. I noticed the wind alert, by the way. Don't be too worried. It was really, really dramatically high yesterday to the point where your heart would stop seeing it. Then it disappeared. Then it came back. Then it disappeared. Then it came back. And now it's like, well, the winds will be up where they normally are, and you might get some strong gusts. And I'm like, that's what happens every, late February, early March. Why is this now a national disaster every time the weather happens? And people have commented on that and said, these weather people are alarmists now. It's good to have people prepared, but if you keep crying wolf, eventually people won't prepare, and that will be when something happens. A lot of people in this area, you're used to the weather. So we kind of know when it's going to actually be a bad storm, when it's not, so forth and so on. And we prepare accordingly. But I think, when they cry wolf too much or they get people too excited, if it's something that people can't get out of the way of, or it's something that's just a natural event, sometimes it's no good getting people excited. We don't evacuate in this area every time there are high winds. It's like, what are you going to do? So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.